Hey everyone, what's going on? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, once again up late, and started thinking about movies that are misunderstood, underrated, all that jazz. And one comes to mind from 2011 that I want to talk about because it was absolutely hated and torn to strips when it came out. But before I get to it, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching this video, give it a like, but go to the actual pages and follow us. Click that red bell on YouTube and you'll get notified for future videos. The show, Good Movie Monday, is back on March the 3rd, so that's coming up real fast, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it. A few changes are coming. Stay tuned for that. Let's get to it though. 2011, I want to talk about Sucker Punch. So, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Zack Snyder to begin with. I think he himself is a very overrated director. The only two films that I've loved of his are Dawn of the Dead and Sucker Punch. And I do think that Sucker Punch is his best movie. And I'm sure some of you are going to come at me for that one. And that's fine. Do it. Create your own video. Criticize me. That's all good. But yeah, look. So, okay. When this film came out, it was labeled misogynistic and sexist. And to be honest with you, it kind of... in a way, it is those things, and that's also kind of the point. I remember some people saying that they thought it was pretty much a jerk session for Zack Snyder, that he was disguising rape fantasy with a revenge story. And, I mean... that's missing the point entirely, really. I mean, it does have the appearance of an anime, and granted that anime can be a very sexist and misogynistic sort of medium. I kind of think people have drawn too strong a bow trying to make that connection. I don't know. My take on the movie is that... and if you've seen it, I should maybe go into the story a little bit. It is essentially about a woman that is going in for psychiatric care, and because of the abuse that she has suffered at the hands, I think, of her husband or father. I think it's been a long time since I've seen it. I think it was her husband. And so she, in moments of when she is being assaulted, she slides into this fantasy where she takes ownership, she takes power back, and that is done through massive sort of fight sequences and very comic book-like, fantastic, high concept, high design, action sequences. And the funny thing about it is that, to call this sexist and misogynistic is to discredit the fact that the cast is made up of some very, very strong empowered female actresses who themselves are feminists. Jenna Malone is in there, Emily Browning is in there, Abby Cornish, I've forgotten who else. Let me just quickly have a look at the cover here. Vanessa Hudgens, yes, and that's right. And it's also got Oscar Isaac, forgot about that, John Hamm and Scott Glenn. So this is a fully loaded cast. And by the way, first Blu-ray I ever purchased, so that is my first Blu-ray. So maybe this is a sentimental thing for me. But nevertheless, my take on the film is that it is pitched squarely at those basement-dwelling gamer boys. It's a cock tease for them, and then it flips the script and it takes that power back and says fuck you to those guys. And I mean, how do you do that without it being provocative and sexy? It is eye candy, no doubt, but once again, look who is starring in the film, the type of women that are kicking all of the ass. Anyway, I don't know, look, it's late and it's not exactly a deep dive into this by any means, but I just thought I'd throw it out there because I want to know whether you think that it's as underrated as I do, or whether you think the criticisms are fair. And I guess in today's world, you probably couldn't make this film anymore because of the whole Me Too movement and just the way we're at in society, what's acceptable, what's not. I don't think you could get away with this unless maybe it was made by a female, and then perhaps you could. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this, God, probably since I bought the Blu-ray, to be honest with you. I would have watched it then. And time for a revisit. I think time for a revisit. And when I do, I'll probably let you know what I thought of it in retrospect. But yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Am I onto something, or am I completely misinformed? And do I? Am I one of those? Am I one of those? I don't play games, so I'm certainly not a basement dweller. Nor did I feel like I was cock-teased watching this one. Like, I didn't get off on it at all. What did it for me was just how stylish it was, and the music and the infusion, and how I like it when it's a little bit subversive and that message is there. I think it's pounds you over the head with its message, but a lot of people, I think, misunderstood. I've spoken to people and said to them, well, those fantasy sequences they're actual assaults, they're rapes. And light bulb goes off and they're like, oh, didn't know that. So maybe a lot of people did really watch this film and didn't give it a lot of consideration. But anyway, whatever, I'm rambling. It's late, I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for watching. Once again, drop a comment and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you on the next one, I guess. Don't forget, Good Movie Monday, the podcast comes back on March 3rd. And shaking things up a little bit this year, so it should be exciting. Can't wait to get back. Catch you on the next one, guys. Sucker punch.